Good morning or good evening, depending on what the case may be for you. This video is about this video. What you're seeing is being recorded on a Rove R2-4K dash cam. I had it installed last week. It was the day I went to Waller, and on the way back I stopped at the 290 crossing over the Brazos River to check the river level, see if it was flooded, how swollen it was. It was very swollen. I made that video. That's the one where I fed the spider, fed a grasshopper to a spider, and it was a fun little stop. And I mentioned that I had bought a dash cam and I would make a video about it and talk about it, and I am. And this is not a technical review or a how-to. There are a number of those out there. It's how I'm going to make another segment of this video and piece the two together, from showing the dash cam, not recording from the dash cam. Right now I want to talk about why I came to find it important to have a dash cam. And it comes from YouTube, actually. Some years ago, I started watching a channel called DashCam Lessons. And he 10, 15 videos a day that people have sent this person. They post on their YouTube channel, and it's all the crazy things that happen that get recorded on dash cams. And in a lot of instances, there are people that are involved in an accident, and the other person is clearly at fault, or they did it on purpose. It was a scam, like an insurance scam, and they claim, you know, oh, you rear-ended me, and the video clearly shows that that person stopped in the middle of the road, and the dash camera stopped, and that person backed into them really hard to sustain damage and claim, you know, oh, my neck hurts. Like, it happens, people. It happens. That's just the world we live in today. And things like that. I mean, a lot of things happen. If you drive, you know, you have seen how many stupid and crazy things happen. If you had been recorded with a dash cam, you would have that proof on video. And the way I look at it, it may record someday that there's an accident and it was my fault. Hey, if it was my fault, I need to take responsibility, so there's nothing lost there. So the other thing is, and I want to start with saying, I think the overwhelming vast majority of police officers are outstanding, wonderful people, and they're heroes. However, as in any subsegment of society, there are going to be bad seeds, and there are videos. I've seen them. There where a person clearly stops at a red light or a stop sign, or there's proof on their dash cam, and they get pulled over right down the road, and the officer walks up to the window and tells them, I need to see your license and your proof of insurance and your registration or something like that, you know, whatever state you're in. They ask for what they want, and can I ask you why you stopped me? You ran the red light back there. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. You clearly did, and I need that documentation from you. This goes something along those lines, and the person says, well, I'm going to tell you, I have a dash cam, and when we go in front of the judge, you're going to be thoroughly embarrassed. And that's when the cop changes his tune. He says, oh, you know, I just wanted to let you know that it was really close, and I wasn't ever going to give you a ticket. You know, I wasn't going to cite you. I just wanted to make sure that you were aware you need to come to a full stop. And they walk away. It happens. I mean, I've seen it. And even speeding. You see, my dash cam is recording my speed and direction at all times. And I'll talk a little bit more about the functionality, just some of the options, not how to do everything in the menu and all the stuff. That's not what I'm going to do. But in my old vehicle, which was a 2007 Ford Windstar, just an old van. It was my wife's, and I started driving it as a daily driver after she died. That's 10 years ago this year, and I drove that van for, gosh, almost 9 years, I guess, and it was just worn out. I had to trade it in. I traded in on this used vehicle, but it's pretty nice. I mean, I like it. It was 7 years old when I bought it and had 140,000 miles on it. But it's really solid, and I got it at a great price. Well, anyway, in the van and in my pickup, I have a little Garmin dash cam that has a sticky thing that goes on the windshield and magnetizes to the sticky thing. The camera mount magnetizes to it. That way you can move it from vehicle to vehicle if you like, with a cord that goes down to the cigarette lighter or a USB port, whatever. And you know, you got the wire that's external, you know, it's not hidden. Well, I decided to go ahead and have one professionally installed, and I also decided to go with one. This one is front and rear, and it is 6:25 in the morning, and what I've been recording is kind of my route to the gym. I'm at the gym to work out this morning, and that's this part of it. You saw how the dash cam recorded, and I've stated the reasons that I think it's a really good idea to have a dash cam. They're not that expensive, and can really help you out in the right circumstances. So I am going to go work out, and then I'll come back and film the other segment showing the camera itself and just a little bit about it if you're not very familiar with dash cams. But yeah, I'll be back. Now I would like to show you the camera itself, the camera system. This is the Rode R2-4K system, and this is the front facing camera. It has a 128 gigabyte micro SD card in it, and it doesn't need a bigger one, and here is why. Like I had said, I'm not going to do it. This is not a technical how-to of how to use this. I'm just going to talk a little bit about functionality and how that can be helpful. So this has settings where you can record video segments of what it records in 1 minute segments, 3 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute. And I think that's as high as it goes before you actually turn it off. There may be a 20 minute, but you get the idea. So if something happens, or you have a clip that you've saved, you're driving along and there's an event, something happens, there's a wreck in front of you, or you see a robbery or something in front of you, and it's on your camera, and you don't want that to get overwritten. This little red button right here in the middle, I push that.
Current loop video is now locked.
Okay, it's locked. I think right now I have it on 10 minutes because I wanted to make the driving video go on the way to the gym. My normal setting, I think I'm going to put it on 3 minute or 5 minute clips. Let's say it's on 3 minutes. It'll record a 3 minute clip, and it'll start a new one, and it'll keep adding 3 minute clips. Anytime I push this button, it's going to save that past the clip that it's on, what it just recorded. It locks that so it won't be overwritten. If that card gets full, it's going to come back to the beginning, and the oldest file that it has, the oldest video clip, is going to get written over. So for that reason, that's why I say don't need a bigger SD card. And I can turn the
Recording stopped.
Okay.
Video settings.
I turn now I can get into the settings here.
System settings.
Hit that again, hit that
Video
again.
mode. Recording started.
Okay, we're back to recording. All right, so that's how I would get to the menu. If I click that,
Recording stopped.
I stop recording.
Recording started.
Recording started again. If I push this,
Audio recording off.
okay, now it's only recording video, not the audio. In other words, if you were talking to someone about you're going to rob the bank next Saturday, and you want to be sure that's not recorded in any way, you You'd want to turn that off, right? No, I'm not going to rob the bank. All right, here we go.
Audio recording on.
Audio's back on. With this button, you can see it's got the primary. If you're wondering what's going on, I'm done at the gym. I'm at Holt Park, and I'm going to walk that trail that we can see out there. I don't know if you can see it. They have a mile-long trail here. I've made videos here before. Anyway, this okay, if I push this one, it's going to switch this. Right now, the main screen is front facing. This is rear facing, this inset picture-in-picture thing. All right, just reversed it. That man just went, that went in front of us, it just went behind us, and we caught it on the rear camera. So now the rear camera is the primary, the big screen, and the front facing camera is the insert, the picture-in-picture. One more time. And that is front only without the picture-in-picture of the rear. That is rear facing only. And we're back where we started. So it has other functions, but I'm not going to get into that. These displays here of the current status or where the settings are and all that, you can show that, which I have no reason to take it off. It doesn't bother me at all. The main thing I'm interested in and having the video recorded of what happens in front of me when I drive. And this also displays when I'm driving, going down the road, it's going to show the miles per hour. It's going to show my speed. And of course you can set that in kilometers per hour, depending on where you live. But, and direction, whether you're going south or northwest or whatever. And I leave that on because I like being able to see that. And I'll show you something right quick. One thing I want to say, when toward the end of the camera video that I did this morning, I talked about a cop and you tell him you have a camcorder, a dash cam, and then he's probably not going to write you a ticket if you didn't do anything wrong. Well, people might say, well, I wouldn't even tell him, wait and embarrass him in court. If you can help him get that ticket, I suggest you don't do it, because insurance companies are weird, and there will be a matter of record that you received a citation. Even if you go before the judge, show him the video, and it gets thrown out, that might come back to haunt you with insurance premiums. But so anyway, this is the rear-facing camera. And I had it installed, this type of camera, because you've got wires that go down to the power system down under the panel of my dash, and then that wire that runs from there all the way to the rear is hidden, right, all through. Even to get up into here, he went through this conduit, this flexible conduit, and not looped around here and over to the camera. It's professionally done. It's better. And for 120 bucks, it was worth it, having it done by a pro, somebody that does that every day and knows what they're doing. It was worth every penny. So there you go. That's my dash cam system. Okay, and now the final piece to the puzzle. Got my phone here, and I'm recording this. So I'm going to go to the app, the Rove app, and open that up. I want to connect the Rove to the dash cam, the Rove app to the dash cam. And here's my Wi-Fi, and it should find that pretty quick. There it is. And now I am connected. And here. Oh, what happened? Wi-Fi, it shows connected, yeah. And, there we go. Okay, just took it a minute to open the file system. All right, and once we're in the file system, you'll see these are like folders. There's videos, which will be all. If I go all, it's going to be everything that's been recorded on this dash cam, which is a lot, and it would be hard to find something if you didn't have that event button, the red button that you push when something happens that you want to save. So on July 31st, when I recorded what you just saw, the trip to the gym, I'm going to go to July 31st up here on the date, and I'm going to go to events. Oh, it switched it back to today's date, 8/3. So I had to go back to July 31st. Wait, I have big thumbs, right? Okay, so now I'm on July 31st. Oops. I'm on July 31st, events folder, and here they are. And here is my trip to the gym at the beginning of it. I'm closing my garage door, right?
Video mode.
And we're about
Recording
to
started.
make that trip. That's the video that
Wi-Fi is on.
I saved to my phone from here. And then from my phone, I transferred it to my computer and used it in this video. We could go and look at the rear facing camera on July 31st. And there's that same trip as recorded by the rear facing camera. It was only a little after 6 a.m., so it's pretty dark. But yeah, it's pretty simple. So it records into a front and rear folders, both all videos, and then it saves the events, the ones that you locked. And there's some way, I haven't done it yet, that you can click a button up here and it will just take a photo of whatever's in front of it. I haven't ever done that. I'm not even sure what button that is. Maybe I'll figure out that someday. The most important thing I wanted to be able to do is if something ever happens, I'll hit that red button and I will have that video front and rear if I need it in court, or maybe to provide to another driver or another citizen to help them if my camera happens to catch them being assaulted or somebody doing something against them. I don't know. It could be very beneficial to me or others, I think. So I'm a big proponent of dash cams. So there you go. There you have it. You know by now, if you watch this, that I'm a big proponent of dash cams for self-protection, and you might be able to help other people out. There you go. I'm very happy to have one in my vehicles when I drive. And I hope I never really have a great need for the video that it's recording, but if I ever do, it'll be a good thing to have. And hey, I'm going to end it. Do me a favor, treat other people the way you wish to be treated, and I'll see you next time. And if anything really cool happens on my dash cam, I'll be sure and share it with you. Yep, I will.